All right, welcome everyone. Hello, this is Lavalais and Ella Live, and I am Lavalais.
And I am Ella. And
All right,
hey, happy Friday, everyone. Always good to start the weekend off with our show. I know you're going to enjoy this one, definitely. Hey, hey, Lavalais.
all right, Ella. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. It's nice to see you. We don't always see each other through the week, through video chat or talking. So I always get to see Lavalais on Fridays, and that always makes me feel good. So,
Oh man,
yeah.
it makes me feel good to see you too, and it makes me feel good to see that we got our 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 families talking to each other this time. You
Yes.
know, they're actually talking to each other.
And like you said, it's family. It's like, hey, fam. So I like that. It's the Lavalais and Ella family show.
There we go.
uh-huh,
There we go.
uh-huh.
All right.
Yeah, I saw New Jersey in the house and Baltimore in the house. Hey, everybody, please let us know where you're from. Always like to shout out to people, definitely. If you have a birthday, please let us know. We'd love to give you some birthday blessings and shout your name out.
That's for sure. And hello to Raylene. Nice to see you in the house. I think she's new to our house, our family. She's from Dallas, one of my old customers. Say hello to her and her mother. All
Okay.
right. And hello, family from New Orleans. There's Miss Gibbs, and Manhattan is in the house. Oh, and look, hey, somebody from Alexandria is in the house. All
All
right,
right.
Chandra. All right, I got a homie in the house today.
You sure do. Right in your neighborhood. Okay. Sacramento. Hey, Sacramento. Hey, Adiba. Love to see you on the show. And Brooklyn. Hey, Brooklyn.
Oh, hey, and my favorite is in the house. As you can see, I got Midland, Texas in the house.
All right. I did see Dallas early on, and I see Detroit. Hey, Detroit.
Oh, okay, we got a birthday.
Okay, we do. Let me know.
Yeah, it's Rebecca. She says hers was the 17th. Okay, so
Okay.
we'll
Happy
honor that.
birthday.
That's this month.
Yes, happy birthday. All right, Philly in the house. Yes, we've got New Orleans and Philly covered. We've got Alexandria
Got
covered.
Alexandria covered this time. I'm good.
All right, all right. Anybody else? Chicago, California. We did see Fern. Fern was repping Yonkers. Yonkers in the house.
Oh, and somebody else from close to where William is. William is in Baltimore, and
Yes.
here's Columbia, Maryland. All right.
Okay. Yes. Happy birthday
Thank
to
you,
Rebecca.
Alicia. And I see Miss Hall is in the house, and I want to say a special shout out to my little fan, Callie, if she's watching. I know she got the earrings I sent her, so next week I'm gonna try and get a picture up of her and her little bamboo earrings.
Oh,
Okay.
nice. Okay, that would be awesome because that's like your number one fan, like you said last
Hey,
week.
you got to keep them happy. You know,
Of
I
course.
got an admirer, so that's a great little thing to have. Believe me. And
Yes.
I could see her eyes just popped wide open when she saw me.
Aw.
It's great.
It's very special. She'll grow with that, being part of the Lavalais and Ella show and the Black Artist Marketplace as well. Hey,
That's right.
Rockaway Beach, I see you in the house. Wonderful. We've got quite a community today.
Right on.
Yeah, right on, right on. Any more birthdays? Any more birthdays, everybody?
All
Okay.
right. Well, we have a bam bam show for you today. We got Marvin on with us today. So I'm not going to be here very long. It's going to be mostly Ella's going to be hosting most of the show with Marvin today.
Yes.
I'm going to be in the background a little bit so you guys I'm probably I got one more little thing to say before I go.
Go for it.
Because you're going to go ahead, you're going to tell them about what's coming up, though, before
I
I'll let you
sure
go
am.
ahead on
I
and do
sure
what's
am.
coming up before we get to that. So go ahead.
Okay, so I want to let you guys know what's coming up for not just the rest of September, but the rest of October. So I know October 1st, which is actually next weekend. Can you believe next Friday is October 1st? We have Patrick Oliver coming on, and he's an author and an educator, and he's going to come on and talk about his books. And he's very much into promoting reading and writing. So we're looking forward to Patrick Oliver coming on next Friday, October 1st. And then we have October 15th, which is another very special day, which is Fan Appreciation Day. So please check in for that. It's going to be fun. We're going to talk to some customers out there that have been watching and supporting us and hear what they have to say and what they like about our show and the Black Artist Marketplace, October 15th. I'm going to let the video roll for the next upcoming shows after that. So take a look at this.
All
Okay.
right, everybody.
Yeah, those are
All
the three
right.
big shows coming up. So mark your calendars for those.
Yeah, you don't want to miss our big shows. If you're new to our show, these shows that you just saw will be, we will have more artists on. And so pick your choice, come and check us out. Clothing, jewelry, take home items,
Yes.
all kinds of art, paintings, just whatever you can imagine we have on that particular show, okay?
Yes.
So please come and join us.
Yes, they're group shows. So we have anywhere up from 10 to 15 artists on those weekends showcasing and selling their work. So make sure you come and support the artists. Very important.
Yeah, it's getting near that holiday season, so you want to come on in and check it out and support us. We won't be selling at Macy's. So.
We'll be selling online. Now, I know you've got something you want to show before you leave us for tonight. So let's see what you have to show us.
Yeah, okay. So during Capital Jazz, a couple of weeks ago, I'm getting to go out again. I always get a chance. Most of my items that I make are made for ladies. I mean, I appreciate you. I love you. My mom and the ladies. So, and they buy jewelry. Guys don't buy very many things in terms of jewelry. We usually buy sneakers and hats, but in terms of we own one ring or, we own a bracelet. Maybe it's the gold one that's got, so that's usually what guys buy. So when I do a show though, I usually get guys that will come into the booth. They'll come into the booth and they'll want something like, okay, well, all you do is make stuff for women. So, and I say, no, brother, I always got something in mind for you. So because I make something for myself every now and then. And this is one of my favorite necklaces. This is the first necklace that I created. It usually was a little longer. Now I've shortened it so that it's a little bit shorter, and I make it a couple of different sizes because dudes some of them are big and some of them are really small and thin. So I make different sizes in terms of the number of beads that I put on this particular necklace. So, but he had a request for me to accommodate him in terms of, he's a big old guy, so I made him a necklace that was, at least he bought the necklace that was big enough for his size, and then he asked me to make him a couple more so that he could have them, and he wanted some different bamboo on them. So I came back and and then you wanted a bracelet to go along with it. And my bracelet that I make for this particular necklace is all made in sterling silver. So I told him about that one, but I told him, say, hey, look, I'll fix you up something. I'll consider something and I'll make you something. So what I did is I worked on it and I came up with these, with the little bamboo uh, bracelets that are really nice for guys.
Oh,
Okay.
right there, right there.
Yeah.
Those are super
See it?
cool. I like those.
They're really cool. You know, so they work really nice. So I'm going to make them out of some different kinds of bamboo, and I'll try maybe add some lava rock or something to them because the
Okay.
guys will wear bracelets now. They're into
Okay.
wearing bracelets.
So guys, you just saw the beginning of a concept that turned into a design. He's showcasing it on the show for the first time, and I'm sure he's going to do a lot more. It's the beginnings of an idea right there. So, are they available now on your site?
No.
Okay.
So we're gonna have to do that. We're gonna Zeke and I are gonna get a chance to work on our site. I'm gonna get a chance to work on the site. I'm gonna get a chance to do a little bit of fresh work because we know that we're gonna be presenting on the big show. So we always got to have something new. And we know some of you guys have been with us for a long time, so you've seen
Yes.
most of our work. So which is good because that puts us in a frame of mind where we have to produce for you, and you know, we really do enjoy that. That makes it for us.
For
You know,
sure.
your appreciation of our work and make us work more.
There we go. There we go. Well, I know that Lavalais is going to leave us for this evening, and it's going to be myself for about 10 minutes, and then we're going to have Marvin Sin come on. So I think we're going to say our goodbyes to Lavalais. Yes.
Yeah, I guess
He's
so.
going to
And
be
I'm gonna
hanging
go
in the
behind the
wings.
scenes. I'm not really leaving. I'm just gonna go behind the scenes today.
I think
I'm gonna
so.
help Zeke. Zeke's gonna let me do a little work so I can get a little training from Zeke. And we
Okay.
have Marvin on, who we know have great information for you. You know, lots of information. So we're gonna let him give you all that information, and you guys have, you know, known each other for a long time, so you'll be able to communicate really
Okay.
well with each other. So
So
I've had
Lavalais
a
will be in
rough
the
day
wings.
today, so
He
I'm gonna
might
go.
be. He might even pop back in. Who knows? So okay.
Yeah. I might have to pop back in, so I'm gonna be here. I won't be gone. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So I'm going to start on the show, guys. And I'm going to show some pieces before we get to Marvin. And I'm looking forward to having a conversation with Marvin. And we're going to talk about creativity and art and the healing power of art. And I'm really looking forward to that. So, in the meantime, I'm going to start off the show showing a few pieces. If you haven't seen my work before, I am a milliner. I'm based in Philadelphia. And anything that you see, you can purchase on my website, which is lipshats.com, or you can put in the comments section the item number and your email address, and I will DM you, which is direct message you, and send you an invoice, and we can do payment that way. All right, so I'm going to show some transitional pieces for this period of time. Not only are we heading into fall, but also it's these are transformational times, I believe. So let's do these transitional pieces, and we'll start with number one. Okay. So number one has two hats on here. It's called the gram. It's the gram with the cuff and the gram without a cuff. These are everyday pieces, two-tone dyes. I dye all these colors, and they are whip stitched in raffia. So I'm going to try one on for you. Okay. If we can pull to me, I have the gram with the cuff on, the gram with the cuff. It goes from tan to olive to cinnamon brown, so it's been dyed 3 times, and you have this orange whip stitch It will stretch to about a 24-inch, but I would say it's a nice medium 23.5-inch. This gram with the cuff is $74. Okay, $74. And you can go to the website and purchase it now, or you can put in the comments section. All right. The second hat on that slide is the gram, which is slightly bigger, and it is 3 colors. Again, it's dyed from that cinnamon brown to tan to that olive green. Going to show you this one. This is the gram. It is slightly bigger. It's about a 24-inch dip to the side. It's a cool looking hat. And these are packable hats, so you can crush them. You can put them in your bag. All right. Great for traveling. And it's a nice intricate pattern. It is not a crochet. This is a straw. It's actually a recycled paper straw. Okay. So both these hats are $74. The gram with the cuff and the gram. All right. Next slide, please. Okay, I have been doing the Cleo hat in so many different colors this season. It's been very popular, and so these might be the last ones that I do for the year. So you've got Cleo. It's pictured in purple to orange, so that one is Cleo P, and then you also have Cleo Y. I guess Y is for yellow, but again, great hat. These are packable pieces. All right, I just popped it on. You can pop that brim down if you want to. This has a tie here, so you can tighten it if you have a small head. You can loosen it if you have a bigger head, okay? This will probably go up to about a 25-inch purple. This is a very light orange, more like a peach on the end here, and it's whip stitch in chartreuse green, okay? This is Cleo P, and I will try on Cleo Y for you. These are both $74. Cleo Y is the yellow. Again, just pop it on, play with that brim. It has an orange crown to it, and it's whip stitch in orange, and it has a golden yellow tie, okay? This is Cleo Y, and this is $74. I'm going to tip my hair in there so you can see it. That's slide number 2. Okay, number 3 is, of course, the foldaway. Have to show this every show because there are always new people that have not seen this style. I'm going to start with it off my head. It is a flat, packable hat. It is flat, okay? It expands and retracts to fit all sizes. So it starts off small and it expands to fit and it goes back in again. It comes with a tie. Again, I don't think I have the tie here. I thought I did, but the tie goes around the hat here and you can pull it tighter or smaller. All right, tighter or larger, I'm sorry. All right, it is a packable hat. Play with it, make it yours, make it yours. It's a fun hat. It is my best seller. You can pop it all the way down if you want to. Great for protection from the sun. And it comes in many colors on the website. Black, tan, off-white, yellow, red. Hopefully there's still some left in the colors. I know the neutrals are still available. All right, this hat is $69. It's the foldaway. All right. Best seller, and the best color that it's sold in is black. All right, we will move on to some tie-dyes. Some tie-dyes that I have done. This is a cool looking hat. It's like a cloche. And we have T55 and T520. T55 is quite small. It would fit a 22-inch. It is midnight blue on the crown to a jade green to a blue edge, or I would say a darker green blue edge. This is all hand dyed, so it's been dyed 3 times, and you have that accent button on the side there. So this one is T55. It is a small size, And the other one on that slide is T520, which is a little bit bigger. T520 is that midnight blue to cinnamon to rust, okay? And the buttons are a cinnamon color, cinnamon tan. And these are $69. All right, $69. If you like this hat, again, put in the comments section or go to my website, lipshats.com, and it can be yours. All right. Next slide, please. So again, this is part of the tie-dye collection. The tie-dye collection, because there were so many tie-dye clothes in the stores, I thought it would be good to do some pieces that would go with some of those clothing. So we have two right here. We have T50, which is a smaller size. It's tan to cinnamon brown, and it has an orange crown. It has that tie again that you can pull. You can tip it all the way down like that. You can tip one side up, one side down. Again, make the hats yours. They're done one particular way. They're designed one way. You get it home and you make it your own style, your own shape, okay? By playing with your brim, tying it here, doing what you like. So this one is T50 and it's $72. All right, and T51, also $72, is part of that tie-dye collection that is on my website. This one is a little bit bigger. The brim is a little bit wider. It's less of a cuff, even though you can cuff it up. And it's more of a brim. It's about a 1.5 to 2 inch brim. And it has an interesting red crown to it. It goes from tan to yellow. And this one is $72. I'm showing a few transitional mid-season pieces because I'm selling nationally from California to New York. Everybody's at a different stage with their weather patterns. So there we go. T51, $72. All right, slide number 6 is the no name. The no name is the one of the best sellers. I have it pictured there in black, red, and multi-mud. This one tends to sell out quickly. I did quite a few for this upcoming season, so hopefully it does not sell out, or hopefully it does actually. Hopefully it does sell out. Anyway, I'm going to show you this hat on. It is a tall hat. There's a lot of fabric in here. Some people like to wear it tall. It's all about drama, okay? Some people like to tuck it, which I think is probably the best way of wearing this hat. There's a lot of pleats in here, so just tuck it, fold it, okay? Play with your brim. You could even do this if you wanted to, you know, jazz it up a bit. This is the no name. It comes in 4 different colors, ways. I'm showing it to you in black with multi-color mud cloth and red. It also comes in mustard, which is pictured on the slide. It also comes in an amber oatmeal and a jade green. They're all very pretty. This has been a very successful hat for me because it suits everybody. And it's not wool, by the way. It is acrylic and mud cloths, so you don't have to worry about it tugging on your hair or doing all of those things. All right, and this hat is $70. All right, I have 2 more to show. Because it's such a transitional time, you can do both your felts and your straws at this time of year. I think that, you know, we're a little bit more flexible these days, and it's sort of like wear what you want to wear. If you love it, wear it. So I'm going to show you a felt. This is part of my fall line. This is a beautiful light gray felt. It has gray camouflage leather that goes around the front of it. It is a cuff brim, and it has a little bit of a tan on the side here. Okay, so great fedora shape, deep crown. It fits about a 24 inch Again, that camouflage leather, a nice wide 1 inch width of leather, and that tan on the side. And this one is $188. And this one is called Smarty. And my last hat for this evening, before we get to Marvin, I'm going from felt, and now I'm going to show a bit of straw because, again, transitional pieces. This one is called Roa, and it's that beautiful jade green that I showed a couple of weeks ago. Okay, a great straw. Again, with that gray camouflage leather and a sort of almost chocolate brown leather here. Sits up nice, nice, easy to wear. I would love this with browns, with grays, with blacks. Okay. So go check out my website. This is just a small part of what I do. If you see something that you like, go ahead and purchase it. A lot of one-of-a-kind pieces. They do not last for long. And I'll be showing more hats next week. lipshats.com. Go take a look. You can do Afterpay. You can do Shop Pay. You can pay in installments and free shipping. Okay? All right. That is my selection for the day. I'm going to leave this on for a minute and get ready to introduce our resident guru of the Black Artist Marketplace. Before that, here comes Lavalais.
Yeah, man, you threw down on those hats, so I had to really say, wow, those are really some nice hats.
Oh, thank you.
Bam, 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 bam. And the colors were, like, I mean, I know you guys really appreciate that. And I just wanted to say I got the No Name on today. I didn't
right.
see it. I did want to say I got the No Name, so, and don't forget, if you want to look at my jewelry, you go to bamboozlejewelry.com or you go to www.blackartistmarketplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe to us at Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and at www.blackartistmarketplace.com. Okay, now I'm finished.
See, we knew it was going to come back, right?
I hadn't said anything about the hat.
No,
and I had missed one of my customers that had missed me at Capitol Jazz. I didn't get a chance to say anything about their comment. Didn't get a chance to wish Marvin a happy birthday. So I hope you're there. We're going to do that together.
Yes, because we're going to bring him on in a minute.
Yeah.
Okay, let me introduce Marvin, and then you can wish him a happy birthday, okay? All right, so Marvin Sin is coming on. Like I was saying earlier, he is our resident guru in the Black Artist Marketplace. He is a master craftsman. His art of leather represents his odyssey of 50 plus years in the pursuit of this mastery. He fuses original art with unparalleled leather craftsmanship. He designs and creates one-of-a-kind pieces. From a drawing to a carving, from sculpture to painting, his pieces are both culturally resonant and relevant, beautifully made, timeless, and museum quality, very collectible. I want to welcome Marvin Sin to our show for I want to say tea and conversation, but it's not. It is showing his work and conversation. And I know Lavalais wants to say,
happy birthday, Marvin.
Thank you, brother.
Happy birthday to you, brother. And many, many more to you, okay?
Let us pray.
All right.
Wonderful.
So now I am gone.
Okay. You never know. He might pop back. Okay. Welcome, Marvin, to the show. Marvin Sin. If everybody doesn't know who he is, I hope I did a decent enough intro for you.
Absolutely.
It's good to see you.
Well, thank you, Ella. It's a pleasure, as always, joining you, Lavalais. Feel like I'm part of the family. And it's
Yes,
always a
you
good
are.
time sharing.
Yes, you are. I don't know whether you want to show some pieces first, or whether you know, love. Marvin and I talked about some topics of conversation that we were going to talk about today. So I don't know whether you want to get into that first or show some of your work.
Let me show the work right quick. Actually, I'm preparing for a show in Bowie, Maryland, in a couple of weeks. So it's a Friday, Saturday show, and that Sunday I'm leaving for Ghana. So these are pieces I really snatched out of my preparation. I was just, when you spoke to me to do the show, I was kind of in full speed production mode. So I'm showing a couple of things that I'm working on now, just to give people a sense of where I'm going. Lately, I've been featuring these smaller items, smaller for me rather than larger bags, cell phone cases and eyeglass cases, and I've really been having a great time exploring colors, different color combinations. So because the pieces are small, I'm able to move through them in a couple of hours each, but having a great time with that. As I was watching your hats, as you're blending and manipulating colors, there's so much joy and energy in that. And I think the customers really appreciate it on so many levels. The color, the science of color combination is a profound art in itself. So if I could just run through these slides real quick, just to show some of the things I'm doing, and then we can get to our convo. So this is an eyeglass case. It's a Kuba pattern, and if you're not familiar with Kuba, it's a raffia cloth out of the DRC, the Congo. And generally, I will be combining cultures. So this is an Adinkra symbol from Ghana with a Kuba pattern from the Congo. Next slide. This is one of my signature pieces, the Nubian knots, I call it. I've done this 100 times. Each time it comes out different. Get another eyeglass case. These have been really, really popular. And it occurred to me, people are buying eyeglasses for $200, $300, $400, $500 and throwing them into a dollar store case. I thought, hey, let me help you class up your eyeglass wardrobe. Next slide. And here again is another Kuba pattern with the Jinyame Adinkra symbol. Next slide. So these are the cell phone cases. Again, Kuba in, totally different color combination than you would normally see. Next slide. Here it is again. Some of these color combinations are the first time I've rendered these colors in this combination. So it's a revelation to me. And it's a kind of a road I'm going down, and wonder, it's amazing to get into this and explore and feel and see brand new things. As long as I've been doing this, to be able to see something new coming out of me is very rewarding. Next slide. And here, a Jinyame with the ram's horns, the Dinkra symbols, and purples and greens, colors that I don't normally do. But as I said, I'm kind of stepping into a new color zone and really having a lot of fun with it. And, that's it. There's like tons of these coming. I'm preparing for the holidays, and hoping, with this trip to Ghana, to be able to produce some things there and bring them back in time for the holidays. So, full speed ahead. That's all I can say.
I know you were telling me earlier this week that your site is down at the moment. So if anybody wants any of those pieces, they should just contact you, Cash App, do it that way.
Exactly. Yeah, we're. I've been experimenting, not experimenting, combining live and in-person shows with website sales. So for the last 3 weeks, several weeks, we've done a show in Harlem, Los Angeles, and Chicago. And generally, Coast was taking my work around. So a lot of the things that are on the website are at that show, and I don't know what's being sold and what's still available. So until everything comes back in and I can correct the website, it's easier to take it down, because once I sell something that's already been sold, to remake that,
I know.
it's like, oh, it's a journey too far.
I know
So,
how you feel.
yeah,
Yes. Yeah. It can be difficult, especially the one of a kind pieces.
oh man.
To recreate it, it can be a lot. Yeah. Yeah. You talked earlier about how you're so surprised about these and excited about these new colors that are coming out of you. And I know we talked earlier about talking about the importance of creativity in these times of chaos. Um, why is it important to stay creative?
Well, we are being presented with a story of chaos, of death, destruction, war, um, and it's being fed to us nonstop, 24/7, and we can't help but being affected by it. This pandemic, the death, the illness, the lockdown, the quarantine, all of that, the political chaos, um, and it has tremendous damaging effect to our spirit. Um, and one of the ways that we can transcend that is to engage our creative energy, and everybody has that. Don't think because you're not a quote unquote artist that you are not creative, that you didn't have that possibility. Creativity is the expression of imagination. Um, we express it in tangible forms, but all of that begins with an idea. So if you can think beyond the chaos, if you can dream, if you can imagine, if you can hope, if you can pray um, for something better, for what you want in this world, what you want this world to look like for your family, if you can project those thoughts, if you can articulate them, if you can write them down, if you can talk to somebody about them, um, we can imagine ourselves out of chaos. We can create the circumstances in our minds and in our spirits that lift us above this mundane existence. And it's important because you cannot allow yourself to be trapped in this endless loop of terror and destruction and sickness and chaos. This is somebody else's plan. And it is a plan. This is not a conspiracy theory. There are people who are actually promoting, financing, and designing this chaos because that's their warped creative mind.
Mm-hmm.
We have to match and exceed that with a better vision. So, yes, creativity is urgent at this point, and it's in you. So, you have to tap it and use it. It could be in the way you dress, the way you cook, the way you decorate your house, something you write, something you talk about, going outside and looking at nature. Um, it's urgent, and creativity is the way we will survive this.
Right. I agree with you totally. It's like doing your daily practices. I make sure that I go out and walk in nature every day.
Hmm.
I make sure my conversations are at a high level as best as possible that I can. How do we continue to stay refreshed and inspired as artists though when we've got this total bombardment and stresses every single day?
Yeah, well, creativity, once you submit, and this is really important, if you can relax your ego, if you can disconnect from the misconception that any or all of this is about you, and if you can submit and humble yourself to be a part of the communities, the families, the world that produced you. None of us came here by ourselves. So if you can embrace the connections of all the loving arms and spirits and ancestry that produced you, you will tune into sources of inspiration and creativity that are laying dormant within you. Any artist that you talk to, beyond the superficial, hey, how you doing, will reveal to you that they are vessels of spirit, of energy, of inspiration, of imagination. This is not something that they own. It is simply passing through us to be delivered to you. And everybody has the ability to tune into a wavelength, a frequency that's tuned to your spirit, that connects you to your mission, your purpose, your higher self. It's a journey. Some people do it through meditation. Some people do it through helping other people. Some people do it simply by being grateful for who they are and what they have. And in that state of humility and grace, the creativity will flow through you.
Yeah, that whole gratitude piece is awesome. I personally am grateful that every single day I get to do what I do.
Mm.
And like you said, it's channeled through me, and I produce a hat or hats and fall in love with them and feel good about it. Just very strong gratitude for that. And I think we as artists, that gets passed on in what we do, and the wearer or the user of our work really feels that as well. The energy gets transferred. Do you not think that there's a healing power of art and artists?
Unquestionably, I mean, art is a powerful force. Creativity is a powerful force. And in the way you just described it, there's so much conversation now around this pandemic about follow the science, follow the science. Well, there is science that as African people we created, and it is not linear, it's holistic, it is spiritual, rather than political and economic. And in that space, the things that we create, because they are coming through us, they are manifestations of energy. And I know testimony from our customers. These things do possess power, and they are power and energy that speaks directly to your spirit. You may approach these objects as material possessions, but they are spirit incarnate. And when you have them, when you wear them, it is healing your spirit, and your spirit is being depleted every day you step out of your door. You're being bombarded with all kinds of negative energies. And unless you have things around you, with you, that reinforce and replenish your spirit, you're going to be very depressed and drained. And Ella, that your customers are repeat customers. So
Yeah.
once they have experienced this spirit transformation, once they've experienced the power of possessing tangible spirit, once they embrace it, wear it, are close to it,
Feel it.
the
They are
feeling,
feeling it. They're
they
really
feel
feeling
it.
it. Yes.
And I mean, it's indescribable.
Yeah.
It's empowering. And on that level, it is definitely healing and replenishing the spirit that this world is draining from them every day. Um, so, I mean, we don't speak about this often enough, I think. We are in a marketplace that has a certain morphology to it, but this is sacred stuff.
Mm.
It is the way that we are surviving and thriving now. Uh, and it is a blessing to be part of that experience. But through the years, we have observed what it means. I mean, when somebody comes to me and pulls out something out of their bag that they've had for 30 years, 40 years, and they have it every day, they touch it every day.
Yes.
Because it has that meaning to them. And it's not the meaning of the object, that it's a wallet or a coin purse. They feel that creativity, they feel that spirit, but it was infused in it. And it strengthens and definitely does heal and replenish their spirit.
Yeah, and it's not just something that comes directly from us, like Marvin is saying. It's something, it's they're connecting to source because that's what we've done. We've channeled it through us into our designs, through our hands into our design and our creativity, and then it moves on to the customer, and the energy is still continues. It stays strong within that piece, and that's the healing part. That's what people are feeling, definitely. And like you said, people come back again and again. They feel good wearing a hat, one of my hats or one of your bags, and they want that feeling to continue.
And the most profound part of this healing chain is that once they have this object, they step out into the world, into their universe, and by virtue of having this object, they themselves become healers in their
Mm,
own universe.
mm, I
And
like that.
part of the reaction that they're getting when people come to them, oh, where did you get that at? Oh, wow, that's nice. Is those people's spirit reacting to the spirit that's in that object.
Right.
And again, we're having these superficial conversations because, it's a material thing and they're reacting to it. And where did you get it? And how much did you pay for it? And all that's well and good. But underneath all of that, the power that's in that is the radiance of that healing force, that everybody who sees that is healed. And so they themselves are empowered as healers stepping out into the world. And that energy is what, you know, also empowers and heals them, because they are being of service to the people that they love and will work with or come in contact with.
It's like a
Uh,
ripple effect.
it's a ripple effect, and the
Yeah.
ripple keeps going. I mean,
Yeah.
it's, you know,
Into infinity. Yeah.
into infinity,
Yeah.
into infinity.
Perfect. Perfect. I love that. Um, I know that you're going to Ghana real soon, and you are really putting it out there that there's an urgency for international connections, particularly with the continent. Again, why is that so important, and how do we make those connections?
Well, it is important as African Americans or American Africans um, that we connect to the source of our origins and our power. Um, so much energy has been put into limiting um, our understanding of our history um, as beginning with slavery, which is insane, but that's American education for you. Um, so what happened before slavery? Um, there's 4 million years unaccounted for.
Yeah, yeah.
So
We're
uh,
stuck on the last 2 to
stuck on the
400 years. We're
last
stuck on
page of
that,
the encyclopedia, you
right?
know,
Well, there's
and,
so
and there
much
are
more
volumes
into
to this
that.
encyclopedia. It's like,
Yeah.
so you can connect with Africa certainly by going to Africa. You can read about it. You can think about it. You need to replace the thoughts that they are projecting into your mind about whatever is on their menu. I mean, I have nothing against Afghanistan, nothing at all. But how out of the clear blue sky does that become what I'm supposed to be concerned about?
Mm.
Every day they're force feeding us a menu of things that are not relevant or germane to us. Um, the concept of the diaspora, the concept that is embedded in Garvey, Bob Marley, Burning Spear, that we are all one people, that Africans are one people wherever we are in the world. Um, that is so powerful, not to be isolated and abandoned here as a minority subject to crazy people's whims.
Mm-hmm.
When I go to Ghana, I see a world emerging. The energy, the spirit is so profound. You can feel it. It's tangible. And that's just one of 52 countries. Every place that you step foot on the continent will enliven you and empower you. And as to the diaspora, Africa is important, but let us not forget the Caribbean. Um, let us not forget South America and Central America. Africans are everywhere. Um, I was watching on Amazon Steve McQueen's work. Oh my
Oh yeah,
God.
yeah.
Um,
Just
Small Act, Uprising,
yes,
uh, Subnormal. I mean, this brother is speaking profoundly and revealing a history of the Caribbean community in the UK that none
yes.
of us ever knew about. I mean, that's in so many ways parallel to our experience here, and that's a whole universe that's now been made available to us to understand some of the struggles and some of the challenges, and also some of the victories that they've had.
Mm-hmm.
The one time I've been to the UK was, I guess, in the early '90s, maybe mid '90s, and we found a vibrant African-centered community there that clearly was a result of some of these struggles that he's detailed. Because as a reaction to their oppression, they embraced their culture, um, and they created independent schools. It's an amazing story. So please check out on Amazon Steve McQueen's work. He's a genius.
Right. I recommend Small Acts. They are just small episodes, and like Marvin said, to do with Africans and Caribbeans, mostly West Indians, which is what we say in England.
West Indians,
In
yes.
the UK, we call us the West Indians, which is interesting in itself. But but yeah, it's funny that you talk. When I first came to the States, I always felt like this place was very isolated in that
Hmm,
people didn't travel enough. Because I always said to friends when I first came, I said the best thing that an African American can do is to travel, because you will see yourself in a whole different light, and you'll see
true.
the world in a whole different light. You must travel. If you stay in America,
Mm.
you just see you're very isolated and insulated. You just, you know, it's like you got blinkers on. You don't see much of anything except what's fed you. Yeah.
Our existence in this country is tantamount to being in prison.
Mm.
And with an American passport, you have the key to your jail cell. You can go and leave anytime you want to,
Anyway.
anywhere. And it's amazing with that option, with that opportunity, how many people choose to stay in jail.
Mm.
But I've observed, and this is interesting, that in any population in the world, it's probably fewer than 10% who travel, you know. And in every place that I've ever been, I've seen the phenomenon of people who never leave the place that they were born.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Even in New York City, where I'm from, there are people, I'm born in Bed-Stuy. There are people to this day in Bed-Stuy who've never been to Harlem.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
People in, you know, West Philly who've never been to North Philly. Southside Chicago, never been, you
And
know, up north.
don't you find that just bizarre?
It's
Just,
bizarre.
yeah,
It's
just
bizarre.
that you haven't had the thought to like venture just to, you know, maybe the other side of the tracks which would be another borough in
But I think it's part of the conditioning that we're under, that you feel trapped. You are trapped, and you feel trapped, and you feel uncertain and unease about what would happen if I go. Is there danger there? What's going to happen? Will I be safe there? So those, you know, clouds of fear and anxiety trap us in these small spaces. And as we said before, creativity and imagination will break you free. But by all means, you need to stretch beyond the boundaries that are superimposed upon us. We are much larger than this. We are much better than this. Harriet Tubman freed us, you know. What's the problem?
What's the problem? True, very true. For those that have not seen you on the show before, can you tell us a little bit about what you're doing in Ghana? You know, that's your main connection. I know it's in Kumasi. I know you got some great things going on there.
So, you know, my ambition that I've been pursuing with a good friend and partner, Andrew Wilson from the Bahamas, is we're trying to create a platform or a safe space for artists and designers from the diaspora to travel to the continent and have your work produced by artisans who are there, who are hungry for work. It's very difficult for us to establish production here because the cost structure is so high. The rent is, you know, out of the question. Labor, insurance, taxes, the parking ticket you get every other day. It's insane being here. So what we've done is secured 2 spaces, one in Accra, one in Kumasi, and we're establishing relationships with craftspeople. I'm setting up my leather operation there. We're dealing with textiles, clothing manufacturers, wood carvers, bead workers, and hopefully to create a template for how we can connect, to do business with, and ultimately transition to living on the continent. Perhaps not for our generation, maybe not even for our children, but for our grandchildren. But in order to exist there, we are going to have an economic framework to support ourselves. But we cannot leave or disconnect with what we have created here or what's available here. The things that are being done splendidly through the Black Arts Marketplace creates a, a place to receive the products that we are being able to make. And as BAM grows and as audience expands, that's the consuming market to receive these goods. And ultimately, over time, we're going to be able to create an independent design, production, distribution, and marketing and consumption chain within our own community that will generate revenue to help develop Africa, the Caribbean, and South American communities, and connect us through commerce. So that's the key. Um, it is through utilizing my art, my leatherwork, that it gives me the reason to go to Ghana and the ability to sustain myself while I'm there, to build the relationships. So this time, I'm especially going to be also having conversations. This is a research mission as well. I want to find out about Ghana from Ghanaians.
Uh-huh.
You know, what is happening here? What is your perspective from the music, from the visual arts, from the political environment? So I've set up meetings with several folks, and in addition to, you know, pursuing my production process, I'm also going to be doing that level of research.
Now, are there counterparts to us to what we do in Ghana? You know, are there?
There are. I haven't found them yet.
Okay.
You know, generally, I think I would have found them at the festivals. There's like a Panafest, but
Uh-huh.
because of COVID, you know, it's been canceled or virtually. So, you know, I'm trying to explore that, but they have to be there because
Yeah,
we exist here,
they've got
they
to be
exist
there.
there.
Yes.
And it's just a matter of time to make those connections. So I'm exploring that and trying to dig deeper and deeper. I've asked a few superficial questions, haven't dug it up yet, but we will find ourselves in Ghana.
Okay. I know you've invited me a couple of times. I haven't done it yet. I've been so entrenched with the Black Artist Marketplace,
Uh,
but I will make it there, and hopefully I will travel with you one day there. Looking forward to that opportunity.
yeah. So keep in mind also that I think Delta and United now have nonstops going out of Dulles and of JFK that are
Okay.
fairly reasonable.
Okay. Good to know.
$1,200 round trip, $800 if you don't mind making one stop. So it's the cost is coming down, and as I said, we've established a couple of places where you can land safely, securely. We have a support system there. So you know,
So you
next
really
year
are
we
you you really are building up the infrastructure, the support system, the team. That's your work. It seems like.
yeah. So like I say, next year, you know, hopefully we're going to be bringing over the first few artists, couple at a time, just to explore and work out the kinks of the process. Hopefully, beyond that, you know, it's full speed ahead.
Okay. All right. Um, hey, everybody out there, if you have any questions based on everything that we've talked about today, please let us know. They seem to be enjoying. I see the comments. Seems to be enjoying everything that we've said so far, for sure. Do you think as artists we're holding space for collective humanity in some ways?
Um,
Or are we just holding space for ourselves?
this has been, I guess, a major pursuit of mine, and also frustration. Um, you know, I've through my career worked with a number of different constituencies. Um, I've worked with the politicians, particularly in New York, and I've explored and seeing the potentials and limitations of the political environment. I worked in the traditional business community. Uh, had an officer at the Harlem Chamber of Commerce for some time. Um, I come to the community of artists because we are the only ones who have the capacity to move us forward. If we understand that we are stuck where we are, entrapped in this delusional environment, how do you get out of it? A law, no matter how cleverly crafted, will not get us out of it. You know, another store is not going to help us get out of it. We've seen billionaire enterprises come and go, and we're still in the same condition. The only way we can get out of this is to create our way out of it. And artists generally are connected to a specific discipline. You could be a dancer, a poet, a visual artist, a musician. What they fail to realize is that the same process that we use to create our work can be used to transform our world. And it is imperative that artists see themselves beyond their work. I've been doing leather work for over 50 years, as you've mentioned. Leather is not my art. Leather is my enterprise that allows me to do my art. My art is specifically uplifting our people, using my creative skills to do that, to find solutions, to find language, to find concepts, to connect people, to imagine the next. We are actively involved in designing the future. Who but an artist can design the future for African people? The heads of state, the elected leaders, elected officials, they're not leaders, the elected officials that we look to for leadership, they don't have it. They are functionaries, they are managers, they are well-intentioned, but they are limited in their scope and perspective, and limited by the systems that they function in, as to what they can do and deliver. We alone are unlimited. Every day you walk into your studio, Ella, it's a blank canvas. You use your imagination, your creativity, your vision, your idea of that day to create that day. It's directed towards your hat, but it can also be directed towards your community. And we are in a position, literally, where we can speak ideas into manifestation.
Yes.
We have that power.
Yes.
As artists, as creative spirits. And it is imperative for artists to find their voice beyond their craft, to reach into their communities, and do that healing work as well. This sister, Concha Buica, from Spain, a musician, had one of my favorite lines. She was being interviewed, I think, on the NPR Tiny Desk, one of those programs. And the host asked her, does the Spanish government provide support to the artists? And she said this. She said, I am an artist. It's my responsibility to help the government.
Wow. I mean, I can see why you love that. What you said as well, extremely profound, perfectly said. I took it all in as far as, you know, I do design my day and I do design my hats, but I must, it's like you have the skill set, you
Yes,
have the tools.
yes,
So it's like what you manifest on a day to day, and you know that as an artist, you do manifest it more on a global scale. Yes,
and
use the tools.
believe me, it works. Believe me, you
Yes,
have no idea how powerful you are unless you use that power.
yes, excellent. Well, I think that's an awesome end to our conversation. It was short, but jam packed, full of I don't want to say knowledge, but jam packed full of gems that are just reminders of what we know already. Really,
Truly, truly,
just
always a pleasure, Ella.
yeah.
Always a pleasure.
Okay. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed our conversation. I loved having Marvin on. I know you wanted to see a lot more of his work, but when is your website going to be back up, Marvin?
Probably not till I come back from Ghana. So early November, I'm, I'm scheduling it so that it's ready for the holiday season, and I
Okay.
will be doing the November BAM,
Okay.
so people can see what I've created and what I brought back at that
Okay.
time.
Fantastic. So yes, I guess you guys will just have to wait, hold on to your monies, or buy those few pieces that he showed tonight, and you know, wait for his website and wait for him to come on the November Black Friday ban. That's when.
Oh, but if you're in the DC area, I
Ooh,
just said we're doing a show in Bowie, Maryland.
okay.
What is the 8th and the 9th of October? A co-swore Damali African Wear, myself, and Andrea Johnson. So if you're in that area, and reach out and can send you an invitation.
Okay, there you go, guys. If you're in that area, if you want to come in for the day from the tri-state area or wherever, come go check him out at that location. Just contact him and he'll let you know. So everybody, I'm going to say goodnight to Marvin, and again, a happy birthday to you. Happy solar return.
Thank you very much, and thank everybody who took the time to wish me happy birthday on Facebook and other places. I appreciate and love you all.
Okay, and I guess we're gonna say goodnight. Good night, everybody. Thanks again for coming to Lavalais and Ella Live Show. Check us out next week. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, our Facebook page, Black Artist Marketplace. Our YouTube, youtube.com/Black Artist Marketplace. Make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, go to Instagram, follow us there. Hey guys, we have over 11,000 followers on our Facebook page. We have over 500 on our YouTube. We are growing. We are growing. Let's hit 20K by the end of the year, so we can really reach a global market. It's very exciting. And I'm going to step into manifesting my world even more so as like I said, our resident guru, Marvin Sin, has just suggested to all of us. Thank you, and good night, everybody.
Good night, you all.